Are you eating breakfast, lunch, and dinner every single day? Well, then you must know that that comes from white supremacy. Let's talk about it. Alright guys, before we get into this video, please like and subscribe. I want as many people to find this channel as possible so you know what to do. Now let's watch a TikTok that details how 3 meals a day comes from white supremacy and colonialism.
That the 3 meals a day thing, breakfast, lunch, and dinner, is from colonialism.
I've been waiting for this day continuously. If you don't know me, please go check out my page. I talk a lot about diet culture and its roots in white supremacy, racism, and just whiteness in the food system as a whole, and this person really articulated it well. And also thank you for sharing this book. What is so amazing about that book, and also what's being discussed in that video, is it really articulates how whiteness has infiltrated the way that we view and address our hunger cues, because we are trying to adhere to very strict schedules that our bodies didn't, they were not created to immediately adhere to. Like, you don't come out the womb being like, I will only eat breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Society tells you only eat breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
Okay, there's a lot to unpack here, I guess, as they say. First of all, I just want to make the note that nobody is making people eat these 3 meals a day that I'm aware of. And these 2 women presumably are from the United States of America, where you have the freedom to eat whenever it is that you want to. It's kind of ridiculous to even be pondering these sorts of things.
Lay off me, I'm starving.
But nonetheless, here we are. 3 meals a day comes from white supremacy and colonialism. Now, there's a lot of different histories that talk about where 3 meals a day comes from. They talk about breakfast coming from the Romans and the Middle Ages and them having lunch and all this different stuff. But we're not even going to get bogged down in that. Let's assume that what they're saying is true and that colonialism brought about 3 meals a day and they couldn't stand seeing people of color eat any other way. So they decided 3 meals a day is what we do as a society. And this is what we are bringing. This is our cultural mark on the world. Who cares? I don't know how this helps us, and who at all is this hurting. I guess you could say there are people being forced to eat 3 meals a day even though their bodies don't want it, and it's messing up their, their homeostasis, their balance. Then guess what? Don't eat 3 meals a day. Do whatever it is you want.
If I ever woke up as a donut, you would eat yourself. I wouldn't even question it.
And if you're gonna say that 3 meals a day is remnants of colonialism and I guess white supremacy, which we can get into that in a second here, then are you also gonna say that the freedom and the rights that you get to exercise in this country today are remnants of colonialism? Because guess who brought them over? Guess who established the country that we live in? Guess what brought about much of the Western world and all of the things that we virtually get to enjoy right now? I guess you could say all of it is rooted in colonialism, technically. So why do I care? I just can't quite figure out what the point is that we're getting out here. It's not like people are forced into some sort of system of eating 3 meals a day.
Eat it! I don't care whether you hate it. You said you'd do it. All right.
And the history here is muddy at best. And do we know that not all colonists were white individuals? Can we speak to that? So how exactly is 3 meals a day something that is rooted in white supremacy? If there were plenty non-white people engaging in the very same activity and promoting the very same, I guess, tradition, shall we call it, and culture? Not everything needs to be brought back to a colonialism and white supremacy, and I can only feel that it serves as an end to somehow blame the things that you don't like in our society on whiteness.
Yes.
That seems to be what this is about, right? They're choosing the things that they've decided to change in their own life, the things that don't sit well with them, the things that they don't like, and saying, you know what, this is rooted in colonialism and white supremacy, which then justifies their movement in a different direction. By all means, eat what you want to eat and do what you want to do with your life, but this incessant need to connect everything to white supremacy and colonialism is just getting tiring. It's almost like they built a sentence structure where you can pick X amount of things you do not like. And just attach is rooted in white supremacy at the end of it. And that gives you free agency to do whatever it is that you want in regard to X thing that you're talking about. And you want me to maybe prove that I'm right? That people are just taking things that they don't like and saying is rooted in white supremacy at the end of it? Didn't we hear that organizing your pantry was white supremacy and colonialism? We heard that math is white supremacist because it asks you to get to a certain answer. The nuclear family is white supremacy. Being on time is seen as white supremacy or proximity to whiteness. And there are reputable individuals who are espousing these views. The Smithsonian even did an entire exhibit on whiteness and what that means and gave a list of all the different things that come from white supremacy and what people do to find proximity to their whiteness. It's tiring, I don't buy it, and you'll never hear it done in regard to any other race. And we all know why that is. Because white people bear the burden of being criticized for every bad thing that happens in today's society, or every single innocuous thing, like 3 meals a day, that people no longer like. You search far enough in history, and you'll find a way to connect it to colonialism. And if it's connected to colonialism, then it must mean white supremacy, right? But we'll turn a blind eye to all of the things that we like, right? The fact that I'm exercising my free speech right now in the United States of America, guess what? Is a remnant of colonialism. But you don't hear people talking about that. As always, give me your thoughts on this subject, guys. Did you just get finished eating breakfast, lunch, or dinner? And did you know that that means that you're engaging in a colonialist practice?
What about second breakfast?
I want to hear your thoughts. And you know, like, subscribe, click the notification bell to be notified every single time I post a video for you guys, which is every single day. And as always, I encourage healthy debate, although I don't know what there is to debate on this subject matter. It could or could not be from colonialism. My point is, who cares? So duke it out, but do so respectfully, and I'll see you next time.